FRESHFARM and FoodPrints have been a part of 2 USDA farm-to-school grants. The first was we were a partner with DC Public Schools on a grant that was awarded to them, and the purpose of that grant was to establish a formal program that linked the classroom education. FoodPrints provides classroom and garden education to the school meals program. And in that, the same recipes that we were cooking with students in their classrooms and that they were harvesting ingredients for in their school gardens, they were then also served as part of their school meals program. And that was just a really wonderful way to provide them with the familiarity that they needed in order to feel comfortable eating those plant-based recipes when they were served in school meals. And the evaluation of that project showed that the kids at our schools where we were providing the education were eating 40% more of that food when it was served at school lunch than kids who didn't have the education program. So now we're a part of a second USDA farm-to-school grant. This one is awarded directly to FreshFarm, and the purpose of this grant is to finalize and make accessible the curriculum that we've been slowly building for our farm-to-school program over the last 10 years. And the big goal of the program is to produce healthier students and a healthier planet.
What we've been doing with this grant is creating a curriculum that can be used across the country. There are 9 lessons per grade, and they're sequenced by season so that what's growing in the garden, what's at the farmer's market, we can use to cook delicious food. They're also aligned to national and local standards. In these lessons, there are 4 parts: grow, cook, eat, learn. Each of our lessons is tied into core academic standards so that the teachers, the classroom teachers and the administrators feel like, yes, this curriculum is important for us because it leverages key academic areas. It lets kids do hands-on activities and learning that connect directly to what they're learning in the classroom. So for example, we have a lesson in which students measure perimeter and area in the garden. And what this does is it allows them to figure out how much mulch is needed for the pathways in the garden. This is real world learning. They're using all of their 4th grade math skills to measure, to calculate, and then figure out how much mulch is in the garden. Then an order goes in, that mulch is ordered, and they get to mulch their garden. That is just the coolest thing to see how these FoodPrints lessons directly connect to what they're learning in the classroom. They get to do it in a hands-on way, and it will be in their brains forever because they'll remember the time that they used math to then mulch the gardens.
The best thing about the program is that it can integrate into the curriculums you're using. I think a lot of people tend to think of things from outside as being separate. So I do my regular curriculum and this is an extra that we do, and it really doesn't get embedded. It's just sort of a club off to the side. And we've been able to take it and make it an integral part of the school. Then it goes back into the classrooms and the teachers use the material and the curriculum in ways to integrate into their other work.
So George Mason University has been partnering with the FreshFarm FoodPrints program on evaluation research since the 2015-2016 school year. The results were overall very positive. Students were demonstrating a lot of knowledge about nutrition and also about core academic concepts as they saw how much academic learning was integrated into FoodPrints classes. Researchers also saw students having really high levels of appreciation and consumption of that food that they were learning about and growing in their classrooms. And so they concluded at the end of that study that FoodPrints was a feasible and sustainable model for contemporary nutrition education. So as students continue to have these really engaging, enlivening, hands-on experiences with food, we see this potentially being translated to when they're seeing these meals in the school cafeteria.
So much of elementary school is pretending and preparing for the real world. This is the real world. They're growing food in their gardens, they're actually cooking it, they're actually eating it. They are so excited to come to school. We've had years when there were snow days and our FoodPrints teachers would get texts from students with sad faces because they were going to miss school. They didn't want a snow day because they wanted to come to FoodPrints.